since we just listened to you talk for 10 minutes, even though it wasn't current you, do you think we should start with one of my topics?
Sure.
So, um, which one do I want to start with? I think I'll start with one of my stranger ones, and you can use that as a segue into the next thing, if you catch my drift. But
Okay.
so my topic, one of my topics this week is a little bit strange because uh basically it's about some dreams I've been having for a while, and when I texted Austin this, I'm curious what your reaction was when I said my topic this week for the podcast is tsunami dreams. What was your reaction when I sent you that?
I was just like, alright. I was just like, okay. That's basically just how I was. I was just like, what the fuck?
You didn't
Alright.
question anything?
I ain't questioning anything because you told me you've had dreams like that before. I was just like, okay.
So you're aware of what tsunamis are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I don't know. It's like this weird phenomenon that's going on with me. I don't really know how to explain it, but especially lately, it's not like a every single night thing, but every couple weeks I've been getting like a tsunami dream where I'm in the dream and like for some reason it always just ends up with like this giant like several thousand foot high wall of water like coming at me, and it's all like most of the dreams are always like a really tense like race against time to get to higher ground. And I don't know why I keep having these dreams. I don't know. Oh, Austin just sent me a link. I don't know um, if I don't know if it has a name, but I feel comfortable enough to admit on podcasts that I have a fear of tsunamis.
I mean, I
That,
feel I feel like everybody at least has a fear of that, like subconsciously.
well, I'm certain people haven't had the dreams like I have had,
Well, yeah.
but like, so before I get into my dreams, let me give you a little background on my fear of it. I've never experienced a tsunami, nor do I want to, and trust me, the more I have these dreams, makes me question my decision to go on vacation this summer to where the ocean is. But, every time, and it doesn't help that I watch tsunami videos before I go to sleep either, but, you know, I guess it's my own fault. But, I mean, there's been times where I haven't even watched videos or even thought about it, and I'll just randomly get one. But they're always like, each dream is always different. It's never the same one. Some of the concept is the same, like the race against time thing. But so my fear of it, like the most frightening thing about it to me is like I always get this fear, especially when I'm on the beach, of like when I'm at the beach, I just like I can't turn my back to the water unless I'm in the water. Like I just have this thing where I have this fear of like where I'm afraid I turn my back on the water for 1 second and I turn around and I'm going to see this giant wave coming at me. Because when tsunamis like are coming to the beach, you can't really hear them until they get like really close. And I don't know why. It's just like just picture this, Austin. Like you're at the beach, you turn around to get something, and then you turn back around to the water, and you just see this giant, massive fucking wave coming at you. Like, wouldn't you find that terrifying?
Yeah, I mean that's fucking scary and shit. Like,
And like, um, you can't do anything either because I mean, obviously, my fear is more of how they make tsunamis look in movies. I know tsunamis really aren't that big, but still, like with tsunamis, it's like fucked because you can't like outrun it either. Even if you try to run away, like it is so fast and powerful that you just like unless you get the higher ground, you can't get away from it, and you'll most likely either A drown or B get fucking absolutely obliterated in the fucking current and probably get like smashed into something. But even then, like the worst of it is like with tsunamis, they're lethal little motherfuckers. Well, not little, but they're lethal motherfuckers because a lot of tsunamis, like, and this plays part into my dreams. A lot of tsunamis after the first wave, they'll have more waves, and sometimes each wave that comes is bigger than the last one. Like I just I seen like this video where this guy was bringing up like just a random scenario about like what to do when you're in a tsunami, and he like told this story of this guy that was, and this is where my fear comes from, where he was standing on the beach and he saw like the water like retract because when tsunamis come like the water like goes away from the land pretty far, and he was like picking up like seashells and shit, and then he had his back turned to the water, and when he turned around it was like this massive wave, and that just it makes me so uncomfortable seeing that. I don't know why, because you look at it and you're like it's just fucking water, but then you I guess what makes it scary is when you really see the fucking just power and devastation that that can cause.
Oh yeah.
But like, so my dreams, I've had a lot. Um, like I said, each one is different. But let me go over the most recent ones. Those are the ones I remember the most details about. So I guess I can start off with the most recent one that I had. This was probably like 3 or 4 nights ago. I had this one. It was whenever it was like a day or two after I initially texted you about the topic. Um, and so from what I remember, in my dream, I was on this beach, and I guess I was just by myself. Nobody in the dream was people that I knew, and I was on this beach, and like the waves were coming in, and then we noticed like the waves were getting bigger than they should be. It was like there's like a group of people around me, and so like this really big wave hit and like kind of fucked us up, and we're like, oh well, that's not supposed to happen. Like what the fuck do we do? And then everything got calm, and we're like, oh okay, I guess that was just it. Like whatever, maybe it's just like an anomaly wave, just a random big wave. Didn't think too much of it. So then we all just kind of went back to doing what we were doing, chilling. And then, like, none of us were paying attention. We turn around, and this massive fucking tsunami is coming at us. So we had to, like, me and the group of people that were on the beach had to, like, run up this mountain that was on the beach. I don't know why there was a mountain on the beach. And we had to, like, hide behind the mountain so the wave wouldn't hit us. And then after that happened, we were like, what the fuck? And we saw, like, more waves kept coming. We were like, we have to, like, get to higher ground. And so keep in mind, we were in, like, this island. It kind of looked like the Los Santos on GTA 5 was how the island looked. But it was kind of like New York, where there's water, like, surrounding the whole city. And so, basically, for some reason, this is the part I was telling you about earlier. For some reason, I don't know why, amongst the group of people, for some reason, Tony Stark was in my dream. And, like, he was, like, one of the, I guess, survivors. I don't really know what to call it, but so we devised a plan of, like, the highest point in the city was, like, the bridge. There's, like, this bridge that went over the city for some reason. It looked like the Golden Gate Bridge. And so it was, like, a race against time to get to the bridge. And then waves were coming, and it was, like, a run through the city type thing. And then we got to the bridge. We went up onto the bridge, and, like, every time waves were coming, they were getting taller and taller and taller. And So we were all up on this bridge, and we were trying to figure out what to do. Like, how do we get out of this? There was like no helicopters or anything. No one was coming to save us, so we had to save ourselves. And so Tony Stark came up with the idea that he was going to use this Stark technology to build us like canoes for some reason. I don't know why it was specifically canoes,
What the nano
but
canoes? What the fuck?
the plan was we were going to take the canoes, and when the next big wave came, we were going to ride the wave on the canoes out into the open sea to escape the tsunami. And but then what happened was from the other sides of the island, there were tsunamis coming from all sides of the island to where we were on the bridge, and there was this giant tsunami wave coming from every direction until like nothing was left but the bridge. Like everything, just water everywhere, and like just bigger and bigger waves kept coming. It was getting scary. And so then we climbed up to the highest point on the bridge. And this is also scary because I'm not afraid of heights per se, unless I know it's something where I could fucking fall. But like if there's something like if I'm standing on top of a bridge, obviously I'm going to be terrified of how high it is. But if it's something like I've been atop of like a lighthouse before, that's pretty high, and I was fine. But anyway, uh, so the wave that was coming was like the exact size of the highest point of the bridge. So when it came, we hopped on the wave and rode it out into the open ocean. And then, like, we looked behind us, and there was just nothing but water. It was just open sea. We couldn't see anything anywhere around us. And that was pretty much my dream. And I woke up. Um, and like every dream I have is like that, where like some have dumb stuff in it, like for no reason, Tony Stark being in it, but uh, other ones are terrifying. To where the one I had before that, this was a couple weeks ago. I can't describe where I was. I was in like this city. It's always in cities too, which is weird because I don't live in a city or anywhere near a city. So I don't know why I keep like in my dreams I'm in the city, but I was in the city like in like a skyscraper hotel type building, and like some of my dreams like I'll be like giant waves will be coming at me, and like it actually feels like the wave hits me, like I can feel the impact on me in my dream, like it feels real. And like I've had some dreams where like they're so stupid where I'll be laying in bed and then tsunami waves just keep hitting me and like battering me over and over and over and over, and I can't move. And then I've had other ones like the one I'm talking about where like a wave hit and like fucked everything up. So then there's like this big giant mountain in the city, and like we had to go there to be safe. And then like this one was like terrifying because it was like dark and we couldn't see the tsunami, and like we had to get to the mountain. It was like me and my family. We had to get to the mountain as fast as we could, and um, I ended up making it, but like my family didn't make it. They got like fucked up by the wave, which was really sad.
Damn.
And then like I was with a group of survivors on the top of the mountain, and we just saw like the tsunami just taking out like every building and shit. I don't know why I keep having these dreams, but like and that might not sound that bad, but I've had some tsunami dreams where I can't remember the details, where like I genuinely wake up and I'm like you ever had those dreams that feel real and you wake up and you're like, holy shit. Like I've
Yeah, I
had
definitely
those.
do.
Yeah, I've had those with specifically tsunamis. I don't understand why, but like, and then there's this one that I told Austin about a while ago where I had a dream about an ice tsunami, which it is an actual thing. Those do exist, not the way it was in my dream, but so my ice tsunami dream was for some reason me and Austin were for some odd reason we were in like New York City, and we were part of like a Sidemen Sunday where like the Sidemen Sunday was like a hide and seek slash escape from the ice tsunami that was taking over the city, and if you got frozen in the ice tsunami, you lose. It was really stupid. But, but the tsunami itself was terrifying because of the size of it. I think some of my fear of it, because I've noticed I have this like not just for tsunamis, but I've seen videos where oh these fuck me up. Where like it'll be like underwater and it'll be like dark and it'll show like a diver swimming and then just out of the darkness this giant sea creature just comes out of nowhere. Like or like just like giant things like coming at me. I don't know, and nobody better make a fucking dick joke out of that either. But like fucking like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's a phobia, but I have this fear of like giant objects like coming directly at that sounds so sus, but giant objects coming directly at me and I can't do anything about it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Um but yeah, I just had a lot of dreams to do with tsunamis. I don't know why. I've never experienced one. I hope I never do. But I've seen videos of like actual real tsunamis and what they actually tend to look like rather than because you have movies like The Day After Tomorrow and 2012 and Geostorm and all this shit. There was one Deep Impact from like the 80s. That one looked fucking terrifying. The tsunami in
Yeah.
that one. Like obviously the movies make it look because tsunamis don't get like unless it's something like the fucking meteor that took the dinosaurs out, tsunamis ain't gonna get that big. It's just not possible unless something really fucked up happens with like an earthquake or like a volcano or some shit. Or like I said, a giant fucking meteor hitting the planet, but that's not likely to happen. Um, but I don't know. Like I said, every time I picture a tsunami in my dreams, it's always like the ones from the disaster movies where it's like this giant fucking wave that destroys everything and like it makes me uneasy even talking about it. Just I don't know why, and I don't help myself either because I also find them fascinating. So I watch a lot of videos on it, which really doesn't help, but I've tried to watch tsunami videos to make because I figured maybe that would help me feel better about it if like I said if I watched the one that said like what to do in a tsunami. I thought it would make me feel better being like, well, if I ever do encounter one, like this is what I can do. And I watch videos like actual tsunamis, like okay, they're not as bad as the movie ones. Like it's really not like it's bad, but it's not like I'm thinking it is. But even still, like I find myself watching just these scenes from movies of these just monster fucking walls of water, and then after I watch it, I'm like, why the fuck did I just watch that? Now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's so I don't know. I know there's some kind of term for it, but it's I guess it's like when the like it's kind of like the thing that people say about like train wrecks where you see something that's like so bad that you can't look away, like you have to look at it. I guess maybe it's something like that to where like I don't know. But that was my tsunami topic. I guess I'm not really sure how else to explain. Well, so like what's your thoughts on tsunamis? Like, I know you probably don't have the same level of fear that I do, but like, what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, it's obviously a scary thing. Um, Something I don't tend to think about mainly because I don't want to fucking fear shit. Like, I barely, I barely want to fear shit anymore. I just want to live my life. Um, so I mean, it's still a scary thought. Like every like natural disaster is always a scary thought and
Hmm.
shit. So I mean, I could see why it'd be so scary and shit. You know.
You know, with tsunamis, that's one natural disaster where I mean, there could be people that do it, but I don't ever see people being completely fucking stupid. Like, the people that like the fucking storm chasers, those fucking idiots, where they see like a giant like F5 tornado destroying everything, and they're like, oh, let me drive my truck on the road next to it so I can film that big son bitch, is what they usually say. And
Yeah, he made a whole fucking movie about that Twister.
yeah. Like it's such a stupid thing. Like, I get it. Like, they do it for the science of it and to like measure the storms and all that to kind of understand more about it. But still, like, you know how dumb it is to put yourself in harm's way. That'd be like if, like, thankfully they have like tsunami warning like sirens and stuff now, so it doesn't just come unexpectedly. But that'd be like if there's a tsunami coming and someone said, "Oh, well, let me go get the old fishing boat out and go on the water and try to measure the fucking wave." Like, you don't do that. But I've never seen people do that for tsunamis like they do tornadoes.
Probably because
I
it's more
never
dangerous,
understood.
I guess.
Huh?
Probably because it's more dangerous, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, do you think tsunamis are more dangerous than tornadoes? Because, I mean, at least a tornado doesn't move fast enough to where you can get away from it if you're not a fucking dumbass driving your goddamn Dodge
Yeah,
out on the countryside towards it.
you'd also got to worry about, like, when it comes to tsunamis, you'd also have to worry about, like, if there was, like, anything poisonous in the water when it was, like if there was, like, a piranha in that tsunami or some shit, too. Like, I don't fucking know.
Just one piranha.
No, no, I'm saying, like,
In that
multiple
giant
things
wave,
like that.
just one little piranha is what you should
I'm
be
just
worried
saying,
about.
I couldn't think of anything else, okay? I'm just saying, like, multiple
Of
things
all the
like that.
dangerous things in the ocean, there's sharks, giant squids, all this shit, and you just like one little fucking piranha.
Okay, fuck off. Fuck off.
Also said, when them tsunamis come, you better watch for them gators.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you.
Well, thankfully, fucking Sharknado isn't a real thing. That would be terrifying. Is there any way that could become like a reality? Like, do you think if a tornado went over like shark-infested water, that could happen?
Why are we discussing the logistics of Sharknado?
I don't know. Now I'm just scared because
Why?
that could be a real thing.
No, it's not. It's not a real. That's not gonna happen. Jesus fucking Christ.
They have tornadoes on water. That's a real thing.
Yes, but I doubt sharks would survive a tornado. I really doubt it.
I don't know. There's people out in the fucking sticks that said they got sucked up by a tornado and lived. So I don't fucking know. I saw this video of this guy, this fucking country ass guy, where a tornado was literally on top of his house ripping it to shreds, and he was just sitting on his front porch and he was like, "Well, shit." Like, I'm not even joking. That's a real video. And then, like, it's just as he's sitting on the front porch, his whole like roof gets ripped off, and he's just like, "Well, shit." Like, so I mean, I don't know. I know there's also like, what were you gonna say?
My point is it's ridiculous for a Sharknado to ever fucking happen.
Well, flaming tornadoes are a real thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, but you're talking about a Sharknado, Devon. The fuck?
Okay, well, like, okay, well, what if a tornado goes over like a car dealership and picks up cars? Would you call that a fucking like carnado?
The fuck are we doing?
That's what Sharknado is. It's just a tornado
I know,
that sucks
but
up
like
sharks and spits them out. So that I'm saying that could be a logistic thing. Like, it's not going to be a thing where they make 6 fucking movies out like about
No,
it.
but like I'm just saying, like, why are we, of all things, we went from some tsunamis to fucking Sharknadoes.
Well, wouldn't that be terrifying if it was a real thing?
Well, yes, but I'm just saying it's probably not gonna ever be a real thing.
Okay. Well, when you're fucking goddamn visiting the goddamn Shark Tank at SeaWorld and a tornado comes down, don't say I didn't warn you.
I'm nowhere near a fucking SeaWorld.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you never know what kind of lethal combinations the weather could have. Like, what if a tornado went over like lava? Couldn't that become like a lava tornado? I don't even want to imagine that. Like, what would happen if a tornado went over a tsunami? How would that go down?
I don't know, but I think you're genuinely trying to find more fucking direct to DVD movie ideas at this point.
Asylum, if you're watching.
No.
Lavanado.
No.
Or fucking Tsunado. There you go. We joke, but fucking Asylum would probably actually make that.
They made celebrity sex tape. They'll make anything.
Aren't they the ones that made Tsunami? It's just like a tsunami wave of bees.
I think so.
We should watch that one day just for the fuck of it.
Oh dear God.
But all I was trying to say is that like tsunamis scare me, and I've been having weird like dreams about it for some reason. Who knows? Maybe I'll start having dreams about fucking Sharknadoes now.
Oh great.
But I mean, I don't know. Are there any natural disasters that you're afraid of? Like how I'm afraid of tsunamis?
Like, I mean, I guess earthquakes would be a thing, but I'm not like afraid of them like you are. Like I don't dream about them like and shit like you do and shit.
Hmm.
Earthquakes have always fucking terrified me.
How come? I mean, I know what they are, but like, why do they terrify you specifically? Like, what
Because it
specifically?
can make the fucking ground fucking just like rip apart and shit. Like,
Okay. Well, I. So, do you think about it as just like how earthquakes actually are, or do you think about it like you're in fucking San Andreas with the Rock, where the fucking entire city like splits apart with a giant fucking like crevice to the center of the earth?
yeah, I always just think of the fucking San Andreas with the Rock, even though it's a really bad movie. Yeah.
Okay, well, do you think that could be logistic? Like, do you think an earthquake could ever like rip open that much?
Well, if it was like it depends on how big the earthquake is or whatever.
Well, if the earthquake from that movie actually happened, I'm certain that an earthquake of that magnitude would cause the tsunamis that I'm terrified of.
Yeah, probably.
So then we're both fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
Both of our worst nightmares would come true. Well, yours would come true first, and then mine would fucking come second.
yeah.
But like, I don't think an earthquake that big could ever happen. I did see videos saying like if like doomsday stuff could happen if like I'm not talking about no Ronda Rousey in my fucking bunker conspiracy theories. I'm talking about like a logistic thing where they said like if the Yellowstone volcano blows up, like it could fuck the whole planet, like
Oh
shit like
yeah.
that. But um, well, I guess we could move from one strange topic to another strange topic if you catch my drift, Dawson.
Yeah, I caught your drift the first time you said.